Okay, so I found out something interesting about a combo that it's basically a guaranteed combo for kill potential. So if I were to do a back air and do the footstool there and then do another footstool and do a bair lock, on some characters you have to wait until a bit higher percent. So 90% doesn't seem like it's high enough for something like Roy. So I'd have to do it on, I'd have to get him to closer to 100% for me to just follow up with another footstool easily. Like that. However, I can do it about 10% earlier. But not all the time. It depends on what side I footstool him, or what direction I'm facing, I guess. And also, if he enters the untechable spin animation, it makes it even easier to get the second footstool, because see, I couldn't do it there because his hurt box condensed into a small ball when he did that crouch. But when I hit him that way, his head was closer to where my feet were. Or when I hit him that way, his head was even higher because the untechable spin animation put him in a, while it was a slimmer hurt box, it was also taller. So 25% of the time you'll get this animation, and it'll make it easier to footstool. Or you happen to be facing the right direction. So for a character like Roy, if I just run up and if I run up and footstool him and then do a dair, because I'm facing this way, whether or not I get if I get the untechable spin animation, I will always get it. Or I will always be able to follow up with another footstool. But if I don't, then I can't, unless I do something like fall down and do it. But that's more difficult. It's likely that if you don't do it fast enough and by responding to it, then you'll end up missing your window to get another footstool, and they could do a air dodge, or they could just do some sort of fast aerial if it's like Mario. But when you get that spin animation, then you can follow up. If you don't, you can't. The other option is just to be facing the same direction as him. And that also affects how you can follow up with a footstool. Although I can't seem to get it right now. See, I am mashing jump. You probably can't hear me mashing it unless I'm actually really close to the mic. So, like here. I was mashing it, and I drifted a bit, so I ended up missing the footstool. But you, like on a character like Roy, where his body ends up condensing into that size, you can't get another footstool on him unless he enters the untechable spin animation, or he's at higher percent. Like, I could even probably do it maybe as low as 85 if I get the spin animation. Bear with me, I have to keep doing it over and over and over because it's only a 25% chance, or it's either 25% or 10%. I'm not entirely certain. I don't remember the actual percents. It might be 10%. See, now that worked because rather than actually jumping on his body and doing a grounded footstool and then doing another footstool, I'm just hovering to the side of him, which puts me lower, lets me bounce up lower, and then I can jump off of them sooner and have a guaranteed footstool. But that's not a true combo, because if I do this, they can't do anything about that because I footstooled them and they can't act out of it. If I do this, they could shield. If they're not prepared for it, yeah, it'll work. But you have to footstool if you want it to actually be true. But it would be a neat trick to catch people off guard. The other part about doing that is that it's also harder to follow up with the extra footstool, because, or after the footstool to get the bair lock, because when I do a footstool and then another footstool, my second footstool's height is lower. Right, I need to increase the percent to make it to actually show you. So I ended up being much lower, whereas if I just do a grounded footstool, that's my short hop off of someone. That won't work as easily compared to this. The height difference is much greater, and it makes it much easier to follow up with a bair. So for those of you who are trying to learn Greninja and trying to learn something that's somewhat simple for footstools and can confirm a kill, this is very useful. And I'm sure like some people who have known this for quite a while are more knowledgeable about this. But it's good knowledge to know that you still have a chance of actually killing them even sooner if they go into that untechable spin animation because of where that ends up placing their body.